Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin, and today we are doing our last
of what we got. What we've got.
Of what we have.
We'll track down some more.
At some point, we will definitely track down some more. But this is their Texas Pot Still Bourbon. Yeah, there's not anything crazy about this other than it's Balcones. So they do a roasted blue corn. They don't use the yellow corn. They don't use a white corn. Roasted blue corn, which is kind of what all their true blues, baby blues, all that is all blue corn. They also use Texas wheat, Texas rye, and a little malted barley. So this is a 4-grain bourbon. And it is all Texas. I don't know about the malted barley. Maybe, maybe not. Probably. Why not? And per the usual with Balcones, all it says is it's aged at least 24 months.
2 years.
So we'll see. Not sure.
We haven't had one so far that was young, that tasted young, I don't think.
No, I wouldn't say any of them tasted young.
These dudes have figured it out.
They figured out how to do distilling. They do use smaller barrels, but they figured out the Texas heat, summer changes, all that kind of stuff.
The idea of using blue corn.
Right. Which is probably, I would assume, more available down there, but it's not a nationwide
So there's
thing.
other ones down there, they don't use it, do they?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think Garrison Brothers or TX. I don't think they do.
If TX does,
You don't enjoy that.
they're doing something wrong because
Well, Garrison Brothers is pretty solid, the one that I had. So what they do, what this Balcones does, it is a pot still bourbon. So they're not doing a column still to run more. It is a pot still, and it is a custom built pot still from their founder, Chip Tate. He custom built a lot of the equipment there because he wanted it a certain way. So they do things a little bit different there. All right, so 92 proof. Not really getting a lot of proof on the nose. It's a little apparent, but it's not crazy by any means.
you really got to stick your nose in and at the bottom to get any fruit.
Yeah. Little fruit.
Like you got to pull it out of there.
Some sweetness.
I'm getting kind of that
Dried apricot.
apricot.
Yeah, that's I got a little of that dry fruit note too. I'm not getting as much corn as I would have expected off of this. Not overly, maybe a touch of spice. That's about
really
it.
smooth.
That is one thing I do think every single one of their releases that we've done, it never drinks the proof that it is. It might be lightly apparent, but there's never a burn coming off of a 92 proof bourbon.
Even the store pick.
The 127, 20 something. I don't remember.
Yeah, 127.
Yeah, not a burn. Yes, there's an ethanol proof. You can feel it, but it's never harsh on the back of the palate the way that some whiskeys are.
I'm curious though on like that one. That was a store pick.
Yeah.
And we did the A/B test on that one, and they were completely different.
Very different profiles.
I mean, outside of the proof, it was a creamy chocolate versus a very, very apricot-y finish.
Right. And the single barrel was a nice dark chocolate and berries. There was maybe a little bit of a cocoa bean of some sort, but it was so apricot-y and dried fruits, trail mix type thing.
But I'd like to think the same thing would happen if we went down and did our own pick of just even this.
Right. Would there be a totally different profile?
Or the pot still rye. I mean, would we get the same chocolate note?
Chocolate notes. Which there's a little touch of a chocolate note in this. So
out of all of them, this one smells the youngest to me.
I would agree. It's less complex compared to all the rest of them. I mean, every other one is usually multiple notes and taste profiles. If you nose up, when you get to the top, I do start to get a vanilla, a cocoa bean type note. No.
No.
Oh, okay. Then what are you getting on the nose?
On the nose, for me, I mean, again, you stick your nose deep down there. I'm still pulling out that dried apricot,
Okay.
the citrus.
Yeah, there's a dry fruit. Ooh, citrus. Trying to see if that's.
I mean, I do pick up some ethanol on the top, which makes me, I don't know, gives me that young,
Little sharpness to it.
Sharper note to it.
I get there's a candy in there. Like right in the middle of the palate, there's some kind of like a fruit candy, gummy cherry type thing.
All right, let's try the water before I run out.
Okay.
The ethanol for me is stronger.
Especially if you nose down. Yeah. If you go, that does bring it up a little bit. I got a lot of vanilla on that one. Side to side. I mean, ever since we went to the Kentucky Bourbon Festival, like, it's not going back to the same spot. You got to go up and down. You got to go left and right. You're just gonna. I don't know what the science is behind that, but you do pick up different things as you move the glass around your.
So as I
nose.
move, I don't get the whole apricot kind of disappears. I get just more of this, for me, it goes back to when we were at was it Justin's House of Bourbons, and I did the whole Peerless flight. This smells like a Peerless to me. I don't get any of that fruit.
I get way more. The vanilla is really coming through really strong.
Yeah.
And ethanol. Vanilla and ethanol is really what the strongest thing. Maybe a little bit of a corn syrupy sweetness.
No, the apricot's even more amped up on the finish.
On the finish, yes. Yeah. That was funny. I was like, nope, I'm not getting it. No. Oh, there it is. That's funny.
Yeah, it's amped up on the finish.
I got a little bit of a baking spice or oak note, like in the middle palate. There was a sweeter note in the very beginning. At the end, it goes right back to that.
Then it
like
dries
dry
up.
apricot.
My mouth is dry.
It's very oaky. Wood, barrel, whatever, char. Probably the least impressive of all of them. There's not a surprise to this necessarily. It's good. It's fine bourbon. It's $30 for a bottle of bourbon.
If you can find it.
Yeah.
For us around here.
If it's if they distribute to your state. About $30. Mm-hmm. No problems there. 92 proof. Solid. It's not, totally proof down. It's fine. It's just comparing it to the complexity and crazy weirdness that all the rest of them are. The cornbread from Baby Blue and the True Blue and even the Brimstone and the weirdness that mesquite
throws that one
is. Like every single one of their whiskeys is just so crazy complex and different that this is like boring. For Balcones, it's a boring whiskey.
So if it was 100 proof, you think it'd be better?
I'd be nervous with how young it kind of comes across on the nose. If leaving the proof higher might make that worse.
Or what if you took it down? It's like 84.
I mean, that's what we just did. I don't
think we took it down that far.
No, we didn't take it down that far. I think the apricot note probably comes up stronger. My opinion, I'd like to see this at 3 years. I would be really interested to see, it doesn't say, it just says, I think it's a bottle date.
I'd like to see him call the bottle and bond.
A 4 year down there?
Ooh. Imagine how dark that would be.
That would, yeah. That's motor oil.
How much would be left in there?
Yeah, that would be motor oil. That'd be really interesting. Yeah, I'd like to see, they only say at least 24 months. That's all they ever say.
So some's probably older, some's...
Yeah, they're probably blending 2, 3s, and 4s together would be my guess. But what would just a 4 be like? Ooh. I think more time in barrel would be more impactful to the total palate.
To the body of it.
It's just, it almost is, it's just, yeah, I think it's a little thin because it's young. Even though, obviously, their temperature fluctuation has a huge impact on the whiskey, I just think, yeah, that's true, but age is still age. Time in barrel is still time in barrel. There's nothing wrong with it.
It's still good, especially if you can find it.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's a solid bourbon. It's a solid bourbon for the price. It's an easy drink. There's nothing wrong with it.
I was super excited when I found it. I was on vacation. Found this one in the rye.
Yeah.
At a very small liquor
and
store.
you're gonna hear something that you probably won't ever hear out of my mouth again. I prefer the rye.
You heard it here first.
I prefer the rye. The rye had more complex notes, and that chocolate note was just crazy. This is fine. It's not traditional bourbon by any means.
It's been fun going down this path. And we know, like we said before, there are a number of other seasonal and limited releases. We just saw one the other day.
Full proofs and ZZ Top. They just announced a release with ZZ Top. Yeah.
Again, we'll have to make our way down there to probably get our hands on any of those, because now that it's just starting to make its way into the Nashville market, like we're getting
the standard, like
I went to one store the other day. They had Baby Blue, and I've seen Instagram posts where another store has this one.
The rye.
So
Baby Blue.
It's making its way, but any of those other ones, I think we're ways away from getting those. So we'll have to make a trip.
I would agree.
There. So, but again, overall, I would say this is probably one of our favorite distilleries.
They've not done anything that's disappointed me, but some are better than others.
Right. Well, you can say that about any lineup. We even said that with we even said
Old Forester's the same way. Yeah,
we even said that when we did all the Buffalo Trace.
There's a great lineup. Some are better than others.
Some are better than others. Hope you enjoyed the review of what we've got so far.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to try to track down some more. We really want to get our hands on some of those limited releases.
Cask strength.
Find some of those. If you've had any of those, let us know. Get this, don't get that. If you're saying don't get that, why not?
Yeah, why? What's the note that you're getting that's saying no?
We hope you enjoyed the review of the series up to this point. It will be it's to be continued.
That's right.
So if you did, we encourage you to give us a thumbs up.
While you're down there, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon. You get notified every time I put a new episode. And, we'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.
Cheers.